and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to work on our homepage, the one that you see on the simulator to the right. And last we worked on the model. We used the plugin installed to create this model. Yeah, that's what we did last time. And this time we're going to create the homepage. So first things first is we are going to main and we're going to clear it out. So we're going to hit Control A, clear it out, and start off by importing the usual Flutter material that like so, and putting in the semicolon as seen. And then after that, we will, of course, every data app must have a void main, which is the entry point of the app. So that is basically what we will use. We actually have to use it, it's not like it's optional. So the main method is going to run our app, and our app is going to be called, we can just call it my app. Or we could call it infinity. I mean, what's the hell? What's the harm? Infinity, like so. To infinity and beyond. And of course, we are yet to create infinity. So we would come down here, and it's going to be a stateless widget. Yeah, so of course I have the snippets installed so that you can do that. I think you can also find them on VS Code, so that should be basic. And I mean, I'm assuming it's common knowledge, but yeah, you just type STLESS and you create a stateless widget. So for that, we're going to call this infinity, like so. Infinity is going to return a material app, like so. And the material app is going to have a title of, no prizes for guessing it, of course, infinity, to infinity and beyond. We're going to have theme, and theme data is going to be there's a plane flying overhead, which is pretty low, so I'm thinking you might be hearing that. Say colors dot blue, like so. Why is this thing blocking me? God. And of course, for the home we're going to have a homepage, like so. And this has not yet been created, so we would come to the lib folder or the lib folder, right click and create a new dot file. We will call it home. We can call it home or homepage. Let's just call it home page, like so. Hit enter, and we have homepage. So in homepage is going to be, I believe, a stateful widget. Yes, homepage is going to be a stateful widget. So stateful widget, and for that we type stful, hit tab, and we get stateful, and we could call it homepage, like this. And we import the prerequisites, which is let me just flower material that. Let me just solve that. And of course, we are going to create a variable that is going to have a list of everything we get from the REST API, and it's going to resolve to a future. So we could say future here, and have a list of NASA capital. Let's make a capital. We call it NASA with a capital, right? NASA, like so. Let me just confirm with the model, and we have that is called NASA, like so. So yeah, so we have NASA. Let's just import it quickly. We can do import model. So we have imported the model, and yeah, I prefer importing by just right clicking and then solving it like that. It's faster, and you could argue a bit easier. than figuring it out exactly where it is. That's what an IDE is supposed to do. It's supposed to help you so that you can concentrate on the more challenging tasks. After that, we're going to have a string that will have the endpoints that you're going to hit, which we're going to say is final string URI, and you could confirm the URI is from the previous video, but I'll just type it out: https // API .heroku.app.com. I'm using this one because the NASA one is a bit slow and you need a key for it. So I was like, we could do this with the same. It works the same, works faster in fact. You could argue it's better. So we could use this one, and the count for it, we're going to use 5 images. As you can see on the simulator, we have 5. If you want more, I find that if you get more than 5, or rather it suggests 5, so that's where we got that idea from. Right, it's not okay. Yeah, it's, you can scroll. I'm trying to scroll up and it's taking a bit of time. So the more photos you take, the longer it will take to load. So I picked 5, and they also suggest 5 on the documentation as a test, initial test. So that's something you could look at, and that's why we're picking the 5. You could, however, set it to 7, 8, 9, even 10 if you want. It's up our API. First thing we want to do is we're going to import the HTTP package. We're going to say HTTP dot, like so, put in the semicolon there, and then we're going to come down here and we're going to create the method. It's going to resolve to a future. So we're going to say future like so, and say list, and it's going to have NASA, and it's going to be called fetch NASA, like this. It's going to be an async function. Yeah, it's going to be async, and we could call this as HTTP. We could use it as HTTP on this method, and we're going to create a response variable to hold what we get back. We're going to say response equals await http.get and pass in the URI that we just put up here, like so, and put a semicolon there. And then we're going to check on if the response on the response object, what is the status code. If the status code is 200, that means everything has gone swimmingly, right? We're not going to check for other errors. We're just going to go with assume that everything has gone well, and that's what we're going to work with. So I am going to say if response.status code is exactly equal to 200, like so, we are going to create a final JSON list, which is going to be JSON decode, and we'll pass the response body, response.body, like so. And we of course have to import the JSON decode. So I would come here, and it's from that convert, right? So yeah, so we would do that in the case that the status code is 200. That means everything has gone well. JSON decode does is it takes the JSON and returns a map, a dat map, just a basic dat map, and after that we're going to come here and say if we're going to have another if clause and say if JSON list is a list, if we have actually gotten back a list, we are going to map through the list, return a JSON list dot map, and the map is going to take each element and use the NASA dot from JSON, pass in the JSON, which is J, or we could just spell it out here. We could just come here and say JSON. We could pass in the JSON, so we could say here JSON, and we could convert it to a list like so. So basically that's what we do. We take the JSON list, we pass it to the, this was created on the factory model, so we would take the list and we would convert it into a NASA object. Yeah, so we take the list and map it out as NASA like that. And after that, if all fails, we should throw an exception. We would say throw exception, and the message is going to be HTTP call not made, like so. So we have gotten the HTTP call, and we would say that it has not been made, like so. For that, we're going to create an init state method. We're going to say void init state. We'll use it in a bit towards the end, but I just thought let's create it now. And we can say super dot init state, like so. Yeah, well, let's just leave it to do here. There's something we'll do in it a bit later, and yeah, and after that, now we can start building the scaffold that you see. And for that, we would come down here and say scaffold, like so. And the background color we use, the background you can see here, is a color called colors dot blue blue gray. It's this one. It's called colors dot blue gray, like so. That's the colors dot blue gray. Then we add the app bar. The app bar is going to be app bar, like so, and the title is going to be the text. The text is going to be in infinity, like so. The style, we're going to add a bit of style to it and say text style, like so, is going to have a font size. The font size we're using is 20. Let's make it 24. What the hell? I used 20. In building this one, I had used 20, but I'll bump it up a bit, say 24, and come here and say that the font weight is going to be font weight dot bold, bold, like so. Yeah, and we're going to give the, although you wouldn't notice it actually, now that I think about it, we're going to give it elevation. You barely can notice it. Elevation is going to be 16.0, like so. And we are going to center the title. If you don't center the title, it will lean to the left, I believe. So we're going to center the title, and this is going to be set as true, like this. That means that we're going to get it in the center here. And the background color can be is the black working with the blue gray. Now I'm having second choices about my design choices. Let's say gray. We'll change it, and we can change it in the last one. You can say colors dot, is there a light gray or something? Colors dot dot what? colors dot, let's call it colors dot, let's just go with the black, stick with the black, always bet on black, as they say. Okay, and after that we can say actions. The action is for this action button that we can use to reset, or rather get five other random images. So the action button, and it's going to be of type icon button, like so, and the icon is going to be icons dot auto. This one is called auto renew. This one, this circular thing, it's called auto renew, right? Icon dot, wait, icon into, oh sorry, I made a mistake here. It's supposed to be icon into icon of icons dot auto renew. Oh god, that can be a bit verbose in that situation. And we're going to add an on pressed, which is going to be a method that this is where we're going to put the to do. Actually, we're going to say put in a set state, and we want it such that when we click on this, it fetches 5 more. So what we could do first, we could come to the init state. The init state is the first thing that is done when the widget is inflated on the screen, right? When the widget is inflated on the screen, I believe that is what they call it, inflation. This is exactly what init state is going to be the first thing that is going to be done. So what we're going to say here is we're going to say NASA equals fetch NASA, like so. I believe we create, yeah, NASA equals fetch NASA. Yeah, so we're going to call fetch NASA at during the init state, like that, right? And in the icon button, coming down here on the icon button, we are going to call the same, essentially. NASA equals fetch NASA. So when you hit the button, you're going to trigger you're going to hit the API again, and it will give you 5 more random images, like so. So that's how you would do that. Yeah, and we come to the end of our app bar, and next it's time for our future builder that will display all these gorgeous images and this text. We're going to come to the end of the app bar, and we're going to have a body. The body is going to take a future builder. A future builder just I think builds widgets based on a future, and the future is basically just something that is delayed that will come in the future. So that's basically what you're going to do. And for a future builder, you need a future to pass in a future and a builder. And our future here is going to be NASA, which is going to pass in the NASA here, which we created here, which is just a list of NASA JSON objects, right? So we are going to say builder. To the builder, we're going to pass the build context, and the snapshot. And this is going to be just the list of the various NASA's, and it's going to be a snapshot here, like so. And of course you have to check if the snapshot has data. Why is this giving me, oh, we are lacking one angled bracket, so we could put that there. And you have to check if the snapshot has data, if data has come in. So if the snapshot dot has data, we'll simply return a list view. Return a list view, and the list view is going to have padding, and we're going to say edge inserts.all, and we're going to pass a value of 16.0 like this, and the children are going to be, we're going to pass in a snapshot dot, we're going to take the data and map it, and we could say here NASA, and we're going to return something called a widget that we've not built called a NASA card. We could say here NASA card. It hasn't been built yet. Just going to take a NASA, type NASA, and we're going to convert it into a list like so. So that's what we're going to do. This one has not yet been created yet, so that's why it's creating that problem. Let's go back to the main.dat and import the home page so that we can get rid of this error. Import home page. So that has been sorted. Where we were at the home page, and it's complaining because we haven't built the NASA card. But yeah, we'd come here, put in a semicolon, and say else if snapshot dot has error, like so. We would create we would return, let's return we're going to make something for the error, and we're going to pass in the error as snapshot dot error, like so. So this is also not created, and wait, the list view. Okay. I see the problem. Let's just cut this. Hit cut, come here, and put it here, like so. Oh, okay. So yeah, and after that we have an else where we return a center, and the center is going to be, it's going to have a child of circular progress indicator, like so, and the value color is going to be always stops animation, and we're going to say colors dot blue. So when it's loading, you'll see that, right? And I think that's basically it, and we're getting 2 warnings because we do not have the error, and we don't have the NASA card. We could create them before ending this. We could come here to the lib and create a new file, a new .dot file. We call it NASA card, like so, and we hit enter, and you have a NASA card, and the NASA card is going to be, I believe, a stateless widget. It's going to be let me just confirm with my notes. It's going to be a stateless widget. So we could type STLESS, that's a stateless widget, and we say NASA card, like so, and we import the prerequisite. We'll build it in another video, not today. We could say Flutter material dot, like so, yeah, and come back to our home page and I believe we can import NASA card, and we could get rid of that. The parameter NASA isn't defined. Yeah, we would also need to create a final parameter here. So we could say final NASA like so that we can pass it along, and we import the model. We'd import the model, and we create the constructor. And the best way to create a constructor is just to leverage on the IDE, create constructor for final fields like so. So that has been made. So the error that was there in HomePage will go away. Now the next thing to fix up is the error for the error. So we would come here and we would create a new dart file called error like so, and this is also going to be a stateless widget, I believe. So it's going to be a stateless widget. We could say stateless and we call it error. We import the prerequisites, which I'm sure you know is Flutter material dart like so, and afterwards we create we need two fields. We would say final error, and we could say final. But when you use cache image provider instead of using just an image provider, I don't think you would ever get to the error. But we'll see. String of title, and for this, of course, we have to create the constructors like so, and this has been done. And we come back here and we can import the error. How come it's not imported? What did we call it? We called it error, right? Yeah, we called it error. Why isn't it importing? Let's come here and say import. We could say error dot like so, and the error should go away. Where is it? I can't even see it. I've lost sight of it. Error, yeah. So now it has gone away. So we have created the homepage, and yeah, what's left now is mainly just the UI. We have made the call. We have come here. We have made the call to. Let's get rid of this to do. We have made the call to our API. We have used our model to convert it to decode the JSON, and afterwards, basically the rest. We've used the future builder. The rest, what is left now is UI, and of course, the main thing left is the detail page. The detail page says that when you click like this, you come here and you get the detail of the image and the information like that. So that's what is left, and we'll be building it in the next videos. As always, thank you for watching. Leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.